Let's switch off of this one and give this control deck a try. Satire video on the, you know, I honestly thought that I was actually kind of surprised that they just banned Field. Like, in my opinion, it's so colossally bad to just ban Field of the Dead. I couldn't fathom them doing it. And then like that combined with Alright, so we're on the play. Let's burn. One of the things I really like about this game is the way the resource system helps you curve out. So I can burn my 7 drops, so I don't need them early. This maze is like a 1 drop that can sometimes generate card advantage, but usually at least replaces itself. It's a 0-3 that gains 1 toughness at the start of every turn. And then I can drain 3 toughness from it to draw a card. So I'm going to go ahead and start by doing that. I was super excited when they announced the play design team, and after these last couple standard formats and this decision to just ban Field of the Dead, I feel like the play design team doesn't seem like it had any meaningful improvement. Double Wonder Drugs, actually kind of sweet to have in my opener against a red deck. So this card gains me 4 life, and gains me 4 life and draws a card, or if I'm at 7 or less, it gains 8 and draws 2 card. So they moved their guy 2 over, so I'm going to use my power to give this a free movement, which lets me slide over, and then I can eat their thing. And this thing heals itself when it kills a minion, which is great. I'm going to burn Misanthropia for now. And you can see this wall over here, if they don't have something to attack this next turn, it's going to get up to 3 defense on my next turn, which will allow it to draw a second card, which is great. Judge, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Build-around submissions are 25 for. May I recommend developing my own card game? That sounds awful. That sounds like an incredible amount of effort for a very small amount of money, especially when there's so many great games out there already. Why did I leave Tempo Storm? Because they wanted me to run 6 minutes of ads an hour, and I told them that was unacceptable. So this is a 3-4 that when it comes into play, it stuns the minion across from it. So it's looking into play and it'll lock down their 3-2 for a turn. How can it kill Historic? You can't even play Pioneer on paper. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so... So my path here, one of the things it does, it goes through 4 cycles, and one of the cycles is a drawback. It gives my minions fragile. So this currently takes 1 extra damage. So if I attack here, these trade. I think that's fine. And then I have to decide what I want to do with my resources for the turn. I guess I could just play this out as a blocker. That seems fine. I'm still at 25, so I'm far off from needing this Wonder Drug, so I'm just going to go ahead and play that. Oh, I guess this is fragile still, huh? Yeah, that's a bad line. I probably should have just burned this and brainstormed. Alright, so Ringmaster's a card that you kind of want to kill on sight. It gives their other 4 strength or less minions rush, so it gets them extra aggressive. That being said, I'm still at 24, and this gains me 3 when it comes into play. So I think I'm going to gamble here and play Harvester over here and give them a turn with Ringmaster. They only have 4 resources, so Ringmaster with only 5 resources might not be the death of me. I'll have a take on Pioneer later this evening on YouTube. We're gonna play Mythgard for a couple hours, few hours, and then oh, that was a good draw. Well, now we're just gonna do this and just like buy Felicia the board. Smack your face. Go. I didn't make the Pioneer command that I don't care. So this blocks these 3 lanes. So I think I want to deploy this over here so it blocks these. This is not only a giant body, but it gains me some life, and if they kill it, I draw a card. I don't think I really want to burn anything just yet, because I'm not in a rush to get like past 7 resources. What's with Mythgard? Mythgard's great. The digital card game written with excellent software. That's much lower variance than Magic and has a lot of the same deck building depth, which is super enjoyable. So they like traded 2 guys for my 6-drop, but then my 6-drop drew a card still, which is like pretty good exchange rate. We're at the point of the game where my opponent's deck seems aggressive, so I would be surprised if their card quality is able to keep up with what we have going on. I'm just going to go ahead and play Sapo here, because they're down to 7. Sapo, when he comes into play, he destroys the thing across from him, and he gets bigger. So he comes in as an 8/8 here, so I have this as a lethal threat. And then I have an enchantment here that can give my guy +1 attack over here.
Lie still.
So, again, the way the blocking mechanics in this game work, only the 3 things in front of my minion block them. So when I vicious cycle to kill this unit, these 2 things can't block them because they're out of position. So then my 8 attack guy can attack through and kill them. Look at that. Can we win 5 matches? I bet we can win 5 matches before we're done today. The best way I can describe Mythgard is if you're someone who's really enjoys mid-range games from Magic, the level of interaction and lower variance coming from Magic with this resource system, as someone who generally enjoys mid-range grindy games in Magic, this game has a lot of those. There's a lot of decisions in every game that you play, a lot of sequencing choices. The game's incredibly interactive, far more interactive than Magic ever is. Thanks for the 13 months, Greystar. Over 2 years, I guess I'll settle and keep it. Thanks for the 25 months, Langler. One of the things this game does that's really nice is it balances being on the play versus the draw a little bit. So whichever path you pick gives you a pursuit bonus for being on the draw. So for example here, I get +2 starting life when this deck starts on the draw because of my turn of the season's path. Don't worry about it, Jensar. So we're going to play my maze on turn 1 here. So I want to burn a yellow card here so I can play my maze out. Yeah, the data-driven and transparent from the Mythgard guys has been pretty great. There was someone in their official Discord server complaining a particular path was too good. It was actually this one. And the devs were just like, here's the data on that path from the last 2 days. It doesn't appear to be too good at a glance. One of the things, actually, something I hadn't plugged today because I was so annoyed when we started, was one of the things the devs of this game did, which is super excellent. If you're interested in trying this, but you really want to be able to play the game before putting money in because you're not sure on it, is there is a feature decks. So there's a pool of like 30 community built decks in the game that when you create an account, you get 2 of them at random just to play without owning any of the cards in them. You can play them on the ladder, you can play them off the ladder, in any game format. And twice per week, which 2 you have access to, rotate so you can try a variety of things. Yeah, shillings do accrue appropriately on mobile. My opponent this game played out an artifact here. So this artifact says your minions are zealots, and then your zealots get focused 1, and focus lets them deal 1 damage when attacking the thing directly in front of them. Again, talking about how this game has an incredible focus on the games being interactive. One of the things that this does is you're able to interact with most things. So this artifact, I don't need a special card to get rid of this artifact. By attacking my opponent, you reduce the durability here. So you're able to kind of have this work regardless, or get through this regardless of what colors you're playing. Oh, you know what? I probably should have burned a green card so I can use my extra resource to pick this back up with Wake the Bones. I haven't read all the details about the Underlords patch. Someone else said that they were going to be doing daily hero rotations, which seems sweet. You know, I think that potentially could be a good change for them. So my hero power lets me move my things once per turn for free. Their hero power lets one of their things gain an extra attack. So that's how they powered this 2-1 up into a 2-3 to kill my 2-3. We are playing a 3-color control deck currently. I think I'm just gonna Wake the Bones and then use this to pick back up my thane. And deploy this over here. They're down to 3 cards in their hand, so like our health total is okay. And we are currently have a decent number of cards in hand, so I feel like we're in an okay spot here. So the 3rd color in this deck is a very small splash. It's actually just 3 copies of Wake the Bones to recur your powerful top end threats like Harvester. No, I don't think it matters, Caker. They have the infuse anyways, so they'd be able to kill my thing regardless. I don't think it really matters. I'm going to burn Brainstorm here. So something to note is you can see this card has a black border and doesn't have the colored line in the middle. You can only burn each specific card 1 time. So I've already burned this card previously, so I can't burn it again. Exploring my new glitz. Thanks for the content. Enjoy your shillings. So this card, at the beginning of my turn, it returns the bottom minion from my discard pile to play on it as a dredge unit. And then as long as I don't have a dredge unit, bring something back every turn. So basically provides an endless flow of guys back from my bin. Marty, I was so frustrated by their announcements this morning. There's some incoherent swearing in one of the videos, but I'm actually just gonna make a separate, I'm just gonna make a video this evening breaking it all down. I'm just not, I want to make sure I can articulate what I actually feel. So you can see here, this unit is now an undead dredge. It gets added that creature type to this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and deploy Harvester over here, which gains us a little bit of life, and it blocks both of these lanes nicely. And again, even if they manage to kill this, we get to draw a card, which is great. Marty, would you believe me if the thing that pissed me off the most this morning wasn't even related to the bans? Would you believe me if I told you that? So this, when it comes into play, creates a special modifier spell that can turn something into a 4/4 spirit. So they're probably going to turn this into a 4/4 so they can kill it in combat. It also notably strips the demise text off of it, so this no longer draws a card when it dies. So very powerful interaction there. This new post-ban meta is, well, I agree. The post-ban meta here is strange. I think I want to just trade. I don't really mind trading here because trading here lets me bring back another minion as a dredge next turn, which seems fine. I think I'm just going to deploy another Harvester over here to block these two spots.
Reporting.
There's 3 Wake the Bones in here. No, Field of the Dead won't be banned on Arena until Thursday. They have to patch the client to ban the card. Yep. So we're taking a few hits here, but we've got Wonder Drug coming down in a little bit, which is nice. We have Clay Effigy to buy a little bit of time. I think I want to just drop the tangleskein here. Maybe I want to just do this. Like, it kills this. It only kills this, though. I guess with Clay Effigy, that's probably fine. Let's do that to start. My opponent's down to 3 cards in their hand, so like, again, our deck's the control deck in this matchup. So we're just like, hoping to buy a little bit of time here, I think. Brock the Pirate, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Hope you're having an excellent Monday wherever you are. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, that's unfortunate. So this can banish minions out of my graveyard, which makes my, Oh, they're banished a minion out of their graveyard. That seems weird. Modal, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. here's a blazing hot take on color identity. I think color identity in Magic largely sucks and leads to a lot of feel bad moments. Well, that was a great draw. So Misanthropia here gives all minions Blight 3, which means they get weaker every turn. So let's do that. So next turn, all of these are going to get smaller. So this will turn into a 1/1 and these two will die. It is very good in general. So Wonder Drug doesn't get better until I have 7 life. Ooh, which that put me to 7. Sign me up. So next turn, this will gain me 8 and draw me 2 cards, which is everything I want in life. So it's not even just Languish, it's better than Languish because it gives them -3/-3 every turn. So this will die next turn. Yes, DMing me on Twitch is still the best way to get a code. If you're interested in giving Mythgard a try, I've got codes for the next 2 days. Ooh, Sapo's a good draw. So I want to play this Meso, but I need another yellow gem to do that. So I think I'm gonna burn a twin. I'm gonna burn the tangleskein, so I get another yellow gem. And then Meso's gonna drop here, which stuns their 4/4. And then at the beginning of their turn, that's blighted, so it dies.
Hey there.
Nope, codes are for everyone. I've got a whole bunch of them. So interested in giving Mythgard a try, I've got codes that give you like 10 booster packs and a bunch of cards to get started. So if you're interested in that, drop me a DM. I will get you codes at the end of the stream today, later this afternoon. They killed my guy, that's rude. Alright, so this dork came back. I'm gonna burn this to go up to 9 resources. I think we just deploy the twins. So I can go ahead and play Meso here to stun this again. And then this card, when it comes into play, it creates a 0-cost twin to go with it. So I can play this here. And then I get a freebie to deploy over here.
Muere.
The reason why I'm upset is not as simple as they added a format and I'm upset they added a format. It's a lot more complicated than that, and I'm gonna make a video on it later. Well, this card's really good. It exiles the card they target, and it gets rid of all other copies of that card from my deckhand and discard pile, which is like pretty strong. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and trade this off here. So if you look at the cards that I have, the vertical and horizontal dots is just on the art. So the full art cards have the dots go down. The non-full art cards have them go to the right. So it's just a cosmetic thing. Does not have a tactical meaningful difference.
Muere.
Play my other twin out. Play this guy in the middle. Play this guy down here. Smack their face. So my opponent's at 34 here. But they're pretty far behind at this point. We've got a bigger board. I take sub-only mode off during non-magic games. We tend to have a little bit less people in chat. The reason why sub-only mode is on during magic is because there tends to be a lot more people in chat during magic, so it gets cluttered. Units can attack any units in the 3 lanes in front of them. And in fact, they're obligated to attack units in front of them. You can't attack past them like you can in games like Hearthstone. So if there's something blocking your lanes where you can attack, you're obligated to attack the blockers, which gives a lot of depth in terms of positioning in this game as well.
Do we have a mission?
I'm going to go ahead and give this. So this unit has a special ability called Focus, so it gets 1 extra attack when attacks laying directly in front of it. So I'm going to slide this guy over so he gets attacked for less by this because it's no longer directly in front of it. There is not a priority-based system in this game like Magic. You play cards on your turn. To the person who asked earlier if they could have more than 1 code for a friend, yeah, feel free to message me. The Mythgard people said they'd keep giving me codes until the 24th, so. This is 2 heaven and back. When a non-angel minion dies, it goes back to their hand, and it gets a bonus, and is turned into an angel. The twins are very powerful. Parry as their last card's really good here, so they're going to get that back to their hand next turn. So I'm going to get to draw an extra card with this next turn. We're also currently in the spring, so we got 2 turns before this draws an extra card. Let's draw a card with this and see where we go. Their article, Chewy, literally says the format's not coming to Arena. Have a fancy timeout, Chirad. Ooh, I would like 1/7/7, please. So that goes back to their hand because it's on 2 heaven and back. If they have a Get an Angel here, we're going to be in trouble. Get an Angel is a minion that when it comes into play, it clears the board. But if they don't have a Get an Angel, we're in a pretty okay spot. What, in your opinion, is the biggest draw to this game? There's no resource variance. There's no resource variance, and the game is incredibly interactive compared to Magic. If you're someone who finds yourself wishing there were more mid-range interactive games in Magic's formats right now, I think you'll really enjoy this game. The combat system in this game is designed in a way where you get the interactive elements that Hearthstone's combat has because your minions can attack other minions, but it also gives you the depth of decisions on both sides that Magic has because minions can block. It has a mobile client too. Yeah, this has definitely been my gym game of choice lately. I was super excited when they offered to do some sponsored segments because it's tough to fit in non-Magic games on stream since Magic's my full-time job. But I have played this a ton off stream. This is a 5/10 that gets a combat action after killing a minion. All right, so ooh, Wake the Bones is good. It's gonna let me pick a twin back up or something here, or a harvester. All right, so let's start by attacking their face because, again, they don't have any minions in front of here, so they can't block this. Drop me a direct message on Discord or Twitch, and I will send out invites or codes this afternoon. It is your control deck, Nivik, actually. Let's grab the Harvester back. This is actually my first time playing it. I'm gonna burn Thunderclap. Play the Harvester out here. Maybe I'm supposed to play the Harvester out over here, actually, so that way I just have lethal not on this to heaven and back. That's probably the case. Nope, there's no strict phases in this game, so you can sequence attacking and playing cards and attacking again back and forth in any way that you feel is optimal to allow you to do it. So they're at 15, and I've got 11 damage sitting over here. Although now we've got less damage sitting over here. So when this card comes into play, it deals 3 damage to all the minions in the opposing lane, so it killed both of these. Although now my dredge is gone, so Junkyard Valhalla next turn is going to return Magus into play, which is pretty sick. Clay effigy is not a minion, it's a spell. It creates a clay effigy. Although they deployed blockers here, so we can't just run them down next turn. This is unfortunate. So... we're also currently fragile because winter. What's the next minion in my bin? The next minion in my bin is one of the twins. So I think I'm actually gonna slide this down. And then Sapo destroys the thing across from him and on either side. So he gets rid of my dredge. And he turns into a 12-12. And then next turn I'll get one of the twins back, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and have this. Again, I have to attack here. I can't attack their face with it because they have a blocker. I think I'm actually going to slide this harvester down because I don't really want him blocked by To Heaven and Back. We did 2 standard decks today. Brutal. Poor Sapo. He was so young. I'm glad we have Junkyard Valhalla here because we're kind of running out of gas. Junkyard's going to get us a twin back next turn. And then I guess this is going to trade here, which will let us, or they're going to ignition this. This will draw a card when it dies too.
Nothing lasts.
When this dies, it destroys an enchantment in the opposite lane. Well, that's incredibly rude. Well, that's incredibly rude. I like my Junkyard Valhalla. Ooh, Bald Mountain. While occupied, your spells cost 1 less. An occupied minion has pay 2, return a spell from your boneyard to your hand. So let's put this down here. Oh, I already activated this for the turn. Whoops. You can only activate each minion once per turn. I guess I'll put the other twin over here.
Muere.
I guess I'll just play another brainstorm out. We're kind of running low on cards. Only 7 cards left in my deck at this point. I could double move the twin. So moving the twin doesn't guarantee I get another activation with it though, because like that twin has to die before I get another activation. So I think that's fine. Oh, this says agile. Right, this gives it agile. Agile again is a type of evasion. It lets it attack me directly. So the different colors that you get down here are dictated by what cards you burn from your hand. So this thing can get spells back from my bin, which I actually might just want to get misanthropia back, right? If all 3 spots are, it cannot still attack directly. So if all 3 spots are filled, it has to, you can mill out in this game. You start taking damage when your deck is empty, which is not ideal. We have to actually kill them. Maybe. Don't tell me how to live my life. You cannot overwrite them, no. Let's pick a spell up from my boneyard. I think I'm just taking Wake the Bones here. And I think I'm just deploying spider webs over here. So these'll block over here nicely, which is great. Put the other web over here, and then I can play this out and pick something up. Probably just the twin, honestly. Oh, I could have attacked, huh? Yeah, I should have. This has agile. That's a pretty big mistake. I should have killed this. I was doing so many things and talking at the same time that I just forgot to attack their thing. This game even reminds you, like, your thing will be hovering when you're supposed to be able to have an action with it. So, like, I should have attacked this because it was still hovering. Which is actually one of the reasons why I wish the game had an auto pass when you're out of actions option. Because, like, if I could just auto pass when I was out of options, that would be nice. Then I would never miss anything like that. Oh, webs do remove agile. You're right. So I could have put webs here to block agile. That's a good point. And they're down to 3 cards here, so if I can just, like, not die, we're in a very good spot. 'Cause, like, we have way more value in them in the long term. Like, our control engine is, like, thoroughly set up at this point. Thanks, Prince Day. When you run out of cards in your deck, you start taking additional damage for every card you go to draw but can't. So this card creates a 3/1 in every one of their open lanes. But thankfully I've got, I'm just gonna go ahead and give them the clap here. I'm gonna drop 1 twin over here. And I'm gonna drop another twin over here. And then while there's a minion in this lane, I can walk the bones for free. So let's pick back up this harvester so we can gain some life and not get cheesed out. Let's finish that off like I should have last turn. Let's attack their face. Give them the clap, yep. We're at 8 here, so if we don't get punked out, we should be good to go. And I would be 3 higher if I had not missed an attack step. And they'd be 4 lower, actually, too, which is a big deal. If we make it back till next turn, the Harvester here is going to gain us 3 life, which sounds great. Oh, we can double clap next turn, can't we? Oh, I'm missing. You could not double clap as they concede. Ain't that the truth? True story, a mouse ate my network cable over the weekend. What a tilt. Yep, message me on Discord. I believe the codes are expire on the 24th, if I recall correctly, so I have them for the next couple days. My thoughts on Euphorium of Horrors. It seems like the best aggro deck in the format, for sure. That's a wild-looking sleeve. Reporting. That is a guitar. He's a bard, Marty. He's a bard, Marty. That sleeve looks like pajamas. It does kinda. It's kinda trippy.
Do we
So I probably don't need Wonder Drug for a little bit, so I'm gonna burn this. It's kind of a tough choice. So if I don't burn a yellow card, I can't go double clay effigy, but if I burn a yellow card, I can't brainstorm next turn because this requires, yeah, it runs on Steam, runs on OS X just fine. See, I think the lane-based combat is awesome. I think it's one of the best parts about it. So if I burn 2 blue cards, I could brainstorm next turn, or I could burn a yellow card so I could double these. And I have the meso libre next turn, so I think I'm just gonna double clay effigy here. And then we'll just plan to libre next turn. We plan to brainstorm in 2 turns. Maybe we'll burn the brainstorm since we're not doing it on 3. And again, that's one of the things I really like about this game is it's pretty easy to curve out if you're playing well in good decks, because which cards you're choosing to burn help you decide how you're curving. How hard is it into this game? Like mechanics and money-wise. So you can enjoy this game by putting $0 in. Their feature deck system is really, really well done in my opinion. I'm just gonna play the thane out now. As far as mechanically, the game's incredibly interactive, but if you have a background in Magic, it's pretty easy to pick up. Magic gives you a reasonable basis to learn a lot of different things. Wonder if we'll see them move this 2-1 to get it out of range of my 2-3. Makes sense.
Fortune favors us.
The money to cards model seems comparable to Magic Arena. I think I'm like 300 packs in at this point, or 350. I don't know, I have that log somewhere too, because again, tax write-offs. Junkyard Valhalla is not going to be super useful anytime soon, so I think I'm going to burn that. And now I have to decide what do I want to do this turn. I think I want to just do this and stun their thing. I can also just slide this down. I think I want to just play defense. Our deck's a control deck, so I feel like I want to just like set myself up to be as good as possible in the long game. Just like stabilize high. If you're interested in a code, drop me a direct message on Discord or Twitch, and I'll send them out this afternoon when I get some more of them. Odinthrone is a super powerful card. So this card gives the occupying minion +1 attack, -2 defense, but also gives it alpha strike, so it attacks first inside of combat. And if it's occupied at the start of my turn, it lets me draw an extra card. The codes get you 10 booster packs and some wild cards.
Do we have a mission?
Yes, I agree. Alpha Strike in this game is much stronger than First Strike in Magic. Please, can I get the thunderclap? No thunderclap, sad panda. I'm just gonna burn this. Gonna need to burn something for green at some point anyways. You know what? I should have slid this 0-1 down because I could block this 2-1 this turn. That's brutal. Gets the one out of my hand too. And more importantly, because it got the one out of my hand, I don't have a third yellow for this next turn now. And I can't. So this I've already burned. That's why it's faded out. It won't let me burn it again. I think I'm just going to brainstorm here and see where we go. All right, sweet. That's a thunderclap for next turn. So I think I'm going to burn this and play the thane out. Oh, I don't have blue. I'm so dumb. I fumble the resource system on this game still because I just don't have it. I don't have it ingrained in my head just yet. I'm just going to Wonder Drug for 4 in a card since I have the resources here. Very similar to Legion's End, yeah. It also takes copies out of the deck and graveyard. Hopefully they play some more things that die to the clap. This is my favorite deck in this game. It was actually my first time playing this one. I've really been enjoying the red mid-range decks have been my favorite so far. So this does 2 to everything, including my opponent. Well, 2 to all of their stuff. It's one-sided. Is there anything in here worth picking up? There's really not, huh? All right, I'm gonna burn my guitar guy so that way I can play this out on the throne. The full art cards do look good. So something they do that's really smart, you can see I have a partner sleeve here. When you put the partner sleeve on your deck, if you're one of their partners, they randomly foil cards in your deck, which is smart to show off what their promos look like. That was rude. Still nothing worth waking the bones on. Gross. So that not only removes my thing, but it transforms it before getting rid of it and puts this useless 0/3 into my deck. So there's this random hollow in my deck that I have to draw at some point now. I could really use a removal spell. He says as he draws a removal spell. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. So that's just destroy target minion, its controller draws a card. In. It's a 5/6 that gives them a power-up that gives a minion +1/+1 an overrun. So I'll probably deploy my Harvester down over here to block this. And you can see my opponent is correctly going wide here. So they're splitting their stuff up. So that way I have a harder time blocking it, because this unit can only block these 3 lanes here. So by deploying here and here, they're making it so the unit I already have in play doesn't do anything. Yeah, we played a little bit of Legacy and 2 standard decks before WotC pissed me off. We'll be back to my normal Magic schedule tomorrow. I was very upset. Yeah, going wide is a very literal definition in this game. So this is occupied at the start of my turn, which lets me draw 2 extra cards here, which is great. So we're definitely... Am I attacking? I could just Misanthropia and Blight 3 these so they get weaker. My opponent's down to just 2 cards in their hands, so that might be the correct play. Yeah, I'm gonna hit them for 3 and just Misanthropia. So this gives everything Blight 3. So at the start of their turn, these are both gonna get 3 smaller, and at the start of my next turn, this will get 3 smaller. Pass. So these are gonna die on their next turn. We're 2 points off a Wonder Drug being useful. Alright, so let's go ahead and play Harvester here. There's a chance Wonder Drug still ends up being good. I'm gonna burn... Am I burning this? I think I'm burning this, actually. Because if they kill this, I have Wake the Bones to pick it back up. Am I waking this turn? I only have 2 resources. I might just want to wake the Thane. Oh, I could wake the Maze. Yeah, let's wake the Maze. Uses all my resources this turn. Because both of these are going to die on their next turn. Because they're blighted. Hey, thanks, Wilder. Good to have you here. So this is an enchantment that gives their minions, it deals 1 damage to when they deploy. Oh, that's awkward. And they made this fragile. So if they deploy a minion here, this is going to die. This card is super brutal in the aggressive decks. It gives a minion fragile 3, and when that minion dies, it deals 2 damage to me, and they get their misfortune back. I think that's kind of okay here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a card with this. I'm going to go ahead and wake the bones and pick back up my harvester. And then harvester can replay here, which gains me 3. Do I want to burn something to get this into play? I don't really want to burn the Wake the Bones. I think I'm just going to pass. One thing that's really interesting about this game is, unlike in Magic, where it's generally right to just play your land every turn, it's generally not right to play your land every turn in this game, because you'll have things like this. You'll have things like this where you're like, all right, all these cards are good, etc. Pioneer has been officially announced. It's going to be getting Grand Prix support next year. I'm just, yeah. So this died again, but I'm going to get to Wake the Bones it again. Just like, wake the bonings, this Harvester just every turn seems super strong. It's like, hold on, folks, I'm going to do it again. Oh, no! So that's a 2/3 that destroys my enchantment. I guess, like, that's not super bad in a way, because, like, now I don't want to redeploy here. I don't think I could zoom in on my sleeve here. The sleeves that I have randomly full art my cards. So I don't actually have full art versions of these. It's just when I'm using the partner sleeve, it randomly full arts them. To show off what their full arts look like. If you don't have any enchantment removal in this deck, do you think it's worth adding an enchantment eater or two? No, I don't think so. I think this deck, I think the decks that play enchantments tend to be pretty grindy, and this deck's just good enough at grinding that it doesn't need the extra help to grind through the enchantments. Hop Daddy, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having an excellent Monday wherever you are.
Hey there.
Go, Gadget Indie Studio. So I take 2 when this dies. I think I'm just gonna slide this down and then attack their face. And I think I'm gonna sapo here and destroy this and get an 8/8. And they're at 26, but like, I feel like we're at the point where we can start turning the corner here. The runesinger is holding a guitar. The kind of cyberpunk Vorthos behind this game is, I've enjoyed it. I did not get to that one yet, Captain Man. I'm planning to have time to build it for Tuesday. I didn't have time over the weekend to do any build arounds.
Pay your premiums.
This might be a game where I Wonder Drug now just so I don't die by mistake. Just gain 4, draw 1. And then I think I'm going to burn this to get a 3rd yellow and then deploy the twins. So I'm going to drop 1 twin over here. And then I'm going to drop another twin over here. And like, even if my opponent has an Armageddon Angel at this point, I feel like we're far enough ahead that it doesn't matter. Stat increases, whether or not they're permanent, differ depending on what card they are. So some are permanent and some are till end of turn, depending on what the card says. And even if they have a Geddon Angel warded, Sapo doesn't die because he's warded. So Geddon Angel, for people that haven't played this game, there's a card called Armageddon Angel in this game, and what it does is, when it comes into play, it destroys all the other minions in play, which is pretty good.
Looking good.
Magic players crack me up. This game is kind of dead, they say, as the game has just entered open beta. Magic players are some of the most incredibly stupid people in the world. Y'all are the worst. It's brand new, and I've never waited more than like 90 seconds to get a game. So even though it's brand new, there really isn't that much waiting. Like I've waited longer to find matches on Magic Online quite frequently. So this thing's currently fragile, so if I attack here, it's gonna take 4, but I think that's fine. I just want to kill their insurance broker. I think I just Magnus here to clear this out. 90 seconds is forever. It is a long time when your attention span is that of a small child. Magic is dead too, dead game. All right, they're at 4. This deck seems pretty sweet. I've liked this build. Nivik, if you're still here, I've liked this build. It's definitely the best control deck I've played so far. So they're just dead to these over here. So I still think red's the strongest in Mythgard. From my experience so far, I think red's definitely the strongest. I have no idea how to build a deck. Nah, just copy decks from people who know what they're doing. Alright, I'm not going to do a full ad break in the middle, but I need to run to the bathroom anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and run a 60-second ad while I do that. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We're going to play. Probably going to play at least until we hit those 2 more wins off of that. So BRB. Good ban, Bulletproof Pope. Get out of here. People are so dumb. Look at that. 60 seconds was perfect. For people who are new here, Dow, drop me a direct message. I'm happy to send you one. My threshold, as someone who occasionally bans subscribers that lip off, my threshold for banning people who don't pay my bills is super flipping low. If you're thinking about being lippy and you don't pay my mortgage, you're definitely gonna be removed. All right, so they're playing what looks to be an aggro deck. And again, I love the sequencing decisions where, like, I know this card's only good when I'm grinding, so let's burn that if they're likely playing an aggro deck, so I don't have that in my hand anymore. I'm partly lippy enough for a timeout, of course, Fizzy Dragon. There are dual color cards in this game. There are, in fact, dual color cards. Let's burn. This card's really good in this matchup. Maybe I can wait. Yeah, I'm going to burn the thunderclap, actually, because this is a similar effect with the body, because I really want to brainstorm this turn, and I notably need 2 blue to brainstorm, so I have to burn a blue card to play this turn. Burning, from my understanding, burning a card randomly inserts it into the deck while guaranteeing that it's not going to be on top of your deck. That's my understanding of how burning works. If somebody has a different understanding, feel free to fill in, but I believe that's how it works. I think I want to just pick my 2-3 back up here, keep my health total high. Wonder Drug's a good card to have in my hand against the aggro deck. It's not that I'm not a fan of Riot. I'm just not excited to try a game from a company that has numerous counts of sexual harassment in their workplace and is also 100% beholden to the Chinese government. And that happens to describe Riot. You know? I also think, even if I didn't have that problem, the rate at which I open my mouth and talk about things like support for the Hong Kong protests and things like that, they would very likely ban me from playing their game if I became a relevant creator, just because that's how the Chinese government works. The FAQ is worth a read. I should sit down and read the whole thing at some point. You're right. Is a good suggestion. All right, can we hit something good to play on curve here? Okay, the Bald Mountain. I don't really have anything else to play this turn, so I guess I'm gonna burn Vicious Cycle. And then we'll play the Bald Mountain out, I guess. I guess I could have waked the bones and replayed the Thane. Maybe I'm supposed to do that. And you'll note that even though this card costs 0, I can't play it this turn because I'm out of yellow gems. So that's an important distinction. Love to take the opportunity to say thanks for being a great learning resource on YouTube. I feel like my constructed magic play has improved a ton. Now please have my first ever timeout. 10 out of 10, Spacey. All right, they've got two minions in play here. I think we just thane them. Oh, you know what? I could just twin them. I think I'm just going to twin them. I'm going to go ahead and deploy one twin over here, and then we'll deploy the other twin it creates for free over here. This game is a space cyberpunk setting. Is cyberpunk the correct vernacular, I believe? This game's objectively better because twin isn't banned. It's funny because it's true. Alright. I'm gonna trade for my twin over here. If they mow this down, I can just wake the bones, pick him back up. Yes, yeah, I'm aware, Netterjack. Oh, we're about to have a good turn. All right, so, whoa, that's good too. So I'm gonna burn, actually, I'm gonna burn the Wonder Drug at this point because I don't think I need that. So I'm gonna burn the Wonder Drug. And then we'll get to play this here, which kills their Borg, so it does 2 to all their stuff. I get to attack their face, and then I get to wake the bones and pick my twin back up. Oh, I guess I'm out of blue and can't play this, actually. Yeah, that's fine. They got a 4-1 back, but I've got both Harvester and Twin in my hands. That feels good. Okay. Attacking me for 5, and they're only at 18 here, so like there's a chance I can just race them at this point. This throne's not super useful, so I'm just gonna burn that and play this out here. They're gonna get their bottom unit back to their hand here, which is a Panic Raider, so that's fine. I don't know what that message says, but I'm going to time it out, just in case it's offensive. There are X spells in this game. So they're at 14 here. This thing gives them some life when their things die, but that's not too big of a deal. Next turn, so this turn, oh gosh, that's a good draw. Crap, well now I don't know what I want to do. I'm at 15, I think I just raced them, huh? I can't kill them this turn. But I'm at 15, so I think I'm pretty safe. I can go like twin, and I can vicious cycle this. I think that's the line. I think I just like take them off of that, and then I'll burn this and like go twin. And like they're at 3. The corner turns here have been hard and fast. It's been really sweet. Brutal. Super punished. Oh, and it banishes them? Holy crap, we just got punished. Well, that's a card I could have played around and didn't. So not only does it kill the board, but it banishes them so I don't get to draw a card when it dies. And I could have played around that by just being less aggressive. That's super unfortunate. And they're gonna give this plus attack and kill my thing. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose now. Yeah, that was a card I failed to play around earlier and it almost cost us. In this game, I think it's going to. I need to draw the thunder whatever. And now I don't have the blue to cast it. Oh, misanthropia would have been good this turn too. That's so frustrating. We had so many sweepers to draw to. I forgot that was in our deck. Yeah, we had 2 misanthropia and 2 thunderclaps that we could have drawn there. Out of 30-some cards. Like 10% to hit the sweeper to clear the board. They have a draw 3, vomit. Yeah, I definitely could have played around there. Banish my stuff, and if we would have, I think we would have won this, but I didn't, so we're gonna die now. Are we dead? Feels dead. You have another 2? Yep. Good game, opponent. This game, one of the things that's a little bit brutal about this game is the game's a lot less forgiving than Magic because there's so much less variance in this game. You don't get bailed out from like making mistakes of things you could have played around as nearly as often. Is there going to be less Magic now? Today there's less Magic because Wizard of the Coast continues making stupid decisions. You can find my schedule on my website, and I'm planning to still do 30, 40 hours of Magic a week. I needed to be off it today. My goal is to do somewhere between 4 and 6 hours of Mythgard a week. But it's still gonna be plenty of Magic content. Sometimes you get bailed out. There is, you know, it's a card game, there's some variance in it. But like, I forgot to reroll this when we started. While burning red and orange cards. I'll do that one later. I'm gonna keep, like when we do Magic, I want to stick on one deck for a little while. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Doodle. I'm not making any decisions regarding Pioneer until I can sit down and read the announcement and make an appropriate reaction thing. I'm currently very frustrated with Wizards' decision-making process, though. It's not a good scene. Magic Online blows. That's just the long and short of it. My long-term goal for this stream was to stop doing Magic Online content because I find the application incredibly frustrating to use. But it seems like that's never going to be an option because they apparently don't want to support Magic Arena. Paper content is both more difficult to make, worse to view, and less popular because it's worse to view. It's just how the reality of the situation. No second blue for this kind of sucks. Not only has Arena become laggier and worse with every single patch that they've put out with it, they're also just not supporting it. They just announced a brand new format and it's coming to Magic Online. It's not coming to Arena. They keep acting like their players are stupid. Like, they keep telling us... I'm going to make a video about it later. I'm not going to get into it now. What does this do? Give a minion +1/+1. It's now a soldier. Sure. So I can let's start by drawing a card here and see where we go. Oh, the places you'll go. This has defender, so I have to attack this. Sure. Want to burn something. Probably want to burn the Bald Mountain. It's going to be a while before I really get into that. Yeah, anybody can create an account to play this game. You can play it on Android, iOS. You can play it in your web browser. You can play it on your desktop computer, on Linux, Windows, OS X. It's basically everywhere. And you can literally go to mythgardgame.com, create an account, and play in the browser. This card is really good when they keep putting power-ups on it, because it can't take more than 2 damage. I think I'm actually just going to Vicious Cycle this and take it out. Let's just murder your thing. Oh, you know what? Playing this here was wrong, because we're currently in winter, which makes this fragile, so it's going to die. Occupy minion has regen 2, and a minion's created in this lane, they get +2 life. All right, so I think I want to go wide around what they're deploying to the board here, because these artifacts get smaller the more I attack them directly. So I think I want to pressure their life total to try and get rid of these artifacts in a perfect world. Maybe create an artifact and a forgeling. I haven't played with the artifact decks yet. I played with some enchantment decks. The artifact deck seems kind of sweet. I think I'm going to burn brainstorm here since I need 2 blue for that anyways. And I think I'm just going to deploy a harvester down here. So that way I can, again, try and pressure them off of these artifacts that are making their things bigger. Yep. That's a 4/5. Yep. Oh, that reset the durability on this. That's awkward. Huh? I think I'm just gonna play Sapo out over here. My opponent's almost out of resources. Is it closer to Magic or Hearthstone? In my opinion, this game takes elements from both Hearthstone and Magic, kind of the best parts. So the resource system in this game is one where you don't flood or screw, but you still have to play resources out of your hand. You can take any card that you draw and turn it into a resource of the color that card is. Similar to Kaijudo or the old WoW TCG, if you ever played either of those. The combat system takes the interactive element that Hearthstone has, where you can attack minions into minions directly, but it pairs that with the strategic blocking element from Magic with the game board, because if there's minions in front of the 3 spots in front of your attacking minion, you have to attack that instead of attacking them directly. How do multicolored card works in this game with the resource system? So every multicolored card in this game has a color. So you can see how this card's green in the middle. The multicolored cards will have a specific color in the middle, and that's the color that they burn for. Huh? So this thing has a bunch of power-ups. It is Armor 1, Regen 2. I wonder if I'm just supposed to attack this in here to cash this into draw a card. I think so. Those are some twins. So I guess I could pick the Harvester back up and replay it. That seems fine. Kind of looking for a sweeper. I guess I'm at 17. I could deploy this over here and again just like go for the throat on their artifacts. These things are hitting for 4, 8, 14. Yeah, I probably can't afford to just do that. I think I'm just passing here. I'm gonna burn this and try and gain a couple more resources. You can get up to 10 and you can only burn 1 card a turn. If they kill this here, I'll get to draw a card again when this dies, so maybe we can find our way into something useful from that position. You are capped at 10 resources. You're capped at burning 10 cards, you're capped at 10 gems, but there are some cards that give you extra resources directly. And in those cases, oh, that's really good in their deck. So this is normally a 2/10 that it can create 2/2/2s, but their deck is basically built around powering up all their minions. So it's much bigger than that. I don't think that's strictly true, Pelly. I think we just haven't drawn any of our sweepers. Like, if we hit a misanthropia here, they'd just be dead, right? They'd be out of cards. I just haven't seen a misanthropia in the top, you know, third of our deck or whatever. I think we're just looping Harvester again here. And then passing, I think. I guess I could burn something and deploy the Thane, but I don't think I really want to do that. I think in the event that I brick on Misanthropia again next turn, I want to be able to twin plus Thane and stem the bleeding. There are 40 cards in your deck. We're all about immersion here. That's another one that's not so useful for us. Gosh, even if we hit Misanthropia this turn, it might not be enough. And we did not, so probably did. This is going to be too slow. Might as well burn it. I would ask that you please never use the word retarded as an insult or derogatory term in my channel. Please and thank you. Am I dead? This is that lethal? It's probably pretty close to lethal, right? Yeah, woof. Need to find one of our two sweepers in the top half. They're able to just like stack their artifacts up too much, and they sent too many units on board that weren't able to actually attack through. Yeah, this game's on Android, iOS, Steam, Windows, all that jazz. Oh, did I click ban? I meant to just delete their message. You can unban them, thank you. That was Primus _ thanks. The artifact decks are hard to beat late game. Yeah, I mean, especially without a sweeper, right? Like, I think we would have won that game if we'd have had a misanthrope in our top 15 or 16 cards. Thanks, Jim. Luckily, this game doesn't need to restart every 90 minutes like some other release-ready products. A-okay there. There's our Misanthropia. Where were you last match? Where were you last match, card? We trusted you. This thing gets bigger every time they burn a card. Let's start by burning my 7-drop and then playing a maze over here. Am I done with magic? No, we're not done with magic. I'm just an angsty child who's currently upset with my business daddy. So I'm not giving business daddy any more coverage today. We will go back to playing business daddy's game tomorrow, but for today I'm gonna be pissed off. I'll make a video about it later today. I feel like Watsy wants me to be done with magic, but, you know. Choices. Are they being aggressive? Their deck might be aggressive. I'm gonna burn the Odinthrone for now. Play this 2-3 out here so we can eat their 2-2 next turn. Is it 2.6 packs a day? I didn't realize there was that many. Adjacent minions have +1/+1. Rude. Well, that makes attacking this a lot less profitable. So, I think I'm gonna bump this here. And then I'm gonna burn a clay effigy and play the libre over here to stun their 3/3. Yeah, I turn off sub-only chat during non-magic games, just because the chat the number of people tends to be lower, Trey, so it's more manageable. The only reason I put on sub-only chat when in magic mode is because, like, when we hit 1,500 or 2,000 people consistently, the chat just moves too fast. What does that do? Give a minion suppressed, which takes away its text. It gets 1 energy at the start of their turn. Sure. Seem particularly useful, so this is going to get to kill this next turn. I'll probably burn thunderclap so we can play the runesinger out and start getting that going. This card lets us draw a card and then shuffle a card from our hand back into our deck every turn, which is nice. I don't think I really want to put in by this 2-3 either. I would suspect that Nox's feelings surrounding the announcements today are very, very similar to mine. The best way to get started, just install it, play through the tutorial, and then poke at the feature decks. So I think we just trade this off. This can draw a card. I think we're going to go ahead and play Brainstorm here. Yeah, someone else said that they were having some login issues. Let me check their Discord server, see if there's an announcement in there.
Fallout.
So this makes their side things bigger. I guess this can just kill this, right? Which shrinks their other 2 things. That sounds good. This is down to a 2/2 now. I'm just going to draw and then cycle something back in again. We're still really high health total, so I'm going to put the Wonder Drug back in. We're killing their servers with 2 players. Something like that. I think I'm going to burn the Junkyard Valhalla for now, because this is kind of a grindy card. My opponent's deck seems kind of smaller. So, in addition to drawing a card and then shuffling a card back in every turn, when this thing saves up 4 energy, it can pick 3 enchantments out of my deck and draw them, which is kind of sweet. Like that enchantment I just shuffled back in, for example. They have a misanthropia of their own here? They do. Okay, so that's pretty good. They cleared the board, but we're still pretty far ahead here, right? Like I've got... Like they've got 1 card in their hand, and I've got a bunch of gas as a follow-up here.
Duerme.
Yep. GG. All right, sweet. Can we get one more with this one? That would be great. I feel like you played a bit too defensively this game. Sometimes you just have to kill them. I disagree with you. I think your roll assessment's off there. I think we were far enough ahead that we did not need to take an aggressive roll. I think there are spots where like you need to be aggressive because they're gonna run you down, or like that's your only line. But I think like our deck obviously had more late game value than theirs. So there's not really a reason to get super aggressive there. Gonna burn my extra Wonder Drug and play a maze out. They're definitely not wrong because I won. I think they'd be wrong even if we lost, but I felt like we were in a good spot regardless. Play another maze over here. I think I'm just gonna burn the Bald Mountain for now. That's not a card that I want till later. Draw a card with this. Do the cards burn for the band across the middle, but what about black banded cards? Yeah, so if a card is a black band across the middle, that means it's unburnable or it's a card that you've already burned. Huh? My hand's kind of medium at the moment. I think I'm going to burn this Sapo, and I think they don't look super... I'm not sure if they're aggressive. I'm just going to play this Wonder Drug to gain 4 and cycle it, rather than just doing nothing with my resources this turn. Maybe a 3-1 with Alpha Strike. Alpha Strike similar to First Strike, but it's like extra good in this game because your minions attack other minions directly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so let's draw a card with this. Let's burn a Brainstorm and start farming some blue resources. Gosh, I'm just like not doing anything. I think I'm just cycling this Walk the Bones. Just like walk the bones, pick my maze up, play the maze. This has been the most awkward hand we've had this deck today so far, but it's working out because our opponent's not really very aggressive. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Hostage. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Fear Spirit, thanks for the 9 months. Ooh, that's a pretty good draw, considering they have a 1-1 and a 4-2. So let's burn this Brainstorm. And let's play out Magus here, which will deal 2 damage to all their stuff. Bye, friends. Ever been to a Ren Fest? Not in a long time. We used to, when I was in college, we used to go every year, but it's been a while since I was in college. I'm gonna just cash this in to draw a card, I think. I could try and wait till next turn and get an extra card out of it in the long term, but the odds of it getting 2 more cards are like pretty low. And like my opponent's not really doing a lot, but they have a lot of cards in their hand, but like my cards are going to generate a lot of value here. Like we got like what, like 6 bombs in my hand at the moment. Like the twins are each a bomb. I've got a harvester, this picks a bomb back up out of the bin. Feeling pretty good, man. All right, so let's burn the maze. I don't really need another one of those. And then we'll play my 4/5 twin over here.
Muere.
Which gives me a 5/4 twin to play over here.
Duerme.
Of course, we're in. Aim to please around these parts. Yeah, you basically cycle a thing for a resource, so when you burn a card, it gets inserted randomly back into your deck, but guaranteed not on top. Ooh, that's pretty good. Give him the clap to trade there and then trade here, maybe? Eat there, sure. How's the collection in this game getting more mythics? The collection management in this game is a mix of Hearthstone's and Magic Arena's collection management. In that you have a kind of dusting system, but you also have wildcards, and you can dust your wildcards that you don't need. So, for example, I didn't need any more common or uncommon wildcards, so I bought a bunch of stuff. So, I dusted all my common and uncommon wildcards. How much do you need for a tier 1-ish deck? So, one of the things that I really like about this game is that they balance the cards with their rarity against how many copies you can have in your deck. So, taking a deck and making it a reasonable budget deck only cuts like 2 or 3 cards if you're cutting mythics, as opposed to cutting important 4-ofs. Yeah, there isn't generic card protection in this game, like Arena has 4-of protection, but there is protection for mythics, so you can never open a second copy of a mythic you already have. Hey, Zintes, thanks for the 17 months, welcome back. I also didn't realize you could dust the wild cards, and they dust at twice the rate of what a card of that rarity does. My best advice for people that are interested in sampling this game is you should just create an account and play with the feature decks after playing the tutorial. I played the tutorial and probably spent 3 or 4 hours playing the feature decks before I decided, yes, I like this game and I want to give you some money. Anything I can do with coins besides buying packs? I don't know. The feature deck idea is very well implemented. It's very... I wish every card game did that, but this one's great, and I'm glad they do. Oh, you can open a full art copy of a mythic you already have, that's true, but you could also just dust that full art copy for enough dust to craft any other mythic, so that's like not a big deal. So this has deadly, so if I attack in here, my minion will die. And while both of the twins are in play, the other one has regen, so I don't really want to attack this in because I want this to have regen. What do I want to do here? They're at 28, so I don't need to get super aggressive here. I'm just going to burn the clay effigy, and honestly, I think I'm just going to play out some more twins here. So, after I explain that you can only have 1 copy of each mythic, one thing that's a little bit weird is in the yellow colors, there's 2 different twin cards. So, you can play a copy of twin Juan and a copy of whatever the other twin blanque. And when you play one, it gives you a copy of the other. So you can kind of play 2 copies of this mythic. That's the only one that does that. They're technically different cards. They just create you a 0 cost like token style card. That's the other one. This game does have a limited variation, yes. Oh, that's a good suggestion. I could have activated my power to slide this down and attack their wall. Yeah, that's a good catch. I agree, I missed that. I'm just gonna Vicious Cycle their 7/7 here and just pound their face. Because pounding their face also hurts their artifact. And if I could eventually kill this artifact, that would be ideal. This has Alpha Strike. Well, that's unfortunate. This twin, maybe I should have deployed this twin down here. Should have deployed this twin down here. So, you can only attack the 3 lanes in front of you. So if you can see here when I mouse over this, it lights up these 3 lanes. But if you see I mouse over here, it only lights up the one in front of me. So if there's a unit in front of you, you're obligated to attack into their blocker. So this game has a lot of the same depth that Hearthstone has, the interactive where like your guys can attack their guys directly, but it also has the strategic value of Magic where you can block by positioning your units correctly. Have a good one, Clown. Catch you later.
Hit the road.
So that's the downside of the kind of token style card that creates, is when they bounce the token style card, it just goes away. So I can kill this, I can kill this. Junkyard Valhalla is actually a pretty good one, huh? I guess it's just gonna make mazes for the time being, but that's fine. I'm gonna put Junkyard Valhalla in front of the deadly thing. If they want to just keep killing it, that's fine, I think. I'm gonna burn this brainstorm. I'm gonna play the guitarist. I'd like to inform you that Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure is free on YouTube. Excellent. So they're at 20, but notably this artifact, this Olamarine or whatever it's called here, that gives their minions +1/+1 is on 3 durability. So if I can hit them with any of these minions here, we'll break their artifact and get rid of that bonus for them. Alright, so let's start by hitting their face, which destroys their artifact. And then this can attack here. Wait, it's Alpha Strike and Deadly all on its own? That's awkward. Huh? Huh? Alright, I'm gonna give this minion Frenzy so it can attack twice per turn. So we have to hit their face again here, which puts their life total pretty low. I'm gonna slide this over, and I'm gonna Sapo here. Oh! This is warded so Sapo can't destroy it. That's so good. That's fantastic. So this normally destroys on both sides and across, but this is warded so he can't be destroyed by Sapo. That's excellent. Oh, this gives all their serpents deadly. That makes sense. That's really good. Wow, that's really good with this. That's sick. It's on tribal snakes. Huh? I really would like to draw a deal 2 to everything would be ideal. So let's try and draw a thunderclap here. Ooh, odinthrone is lethal. So odinthrone gives this swift strike, and this has frenzy. So I get to kill this, and then I get to attack again and kill them. It's pretty good. Not bad. .jpg. Yeah, gold 5. Ooh, we got our high 5 quest done too. Alright. I think we're gonna finish with this deck. I'm gonna play one more deck today. I think I had a mission for burning orange and red cards. Yeah, let's play orange and red. That's actually one of the decks I've really been into.